Welcome on in, guys. How's it going? Today we are doing something a little different. We are doing a top five questions for the month of June. So you guys were really kind and sent in a few questions on the Discord. Link below if you want to check out our Discord. We got a lot of great stuff going on. But yeah, so I just really quickly typed these up and let's just run through them real quick. Question number one. You're a busy guy. Any burnout stories that might be helpful for youngins? So, yeah, in addition to running Rockhart clothing, I also, of course, stream on Twitch 3 to 4 days a week. I do these YouTube videos now, and I also work full time as a graphic designer. So, yeah, I guess you could say my days are pretty full. And I also just have other projects and interests, like, of course, video games and collecting records and just my own other creative stuff. So yeah, burnout is a real problem. It's really easy to sneak up on you, and I've definitely dealt with it a few times in my life. Sometimes even combined with depression, which is a real kick in the pants. Now we're not going to get into that. That's a whole other thing. But in terms of creative burnout and finding the energy to actually keep making content and keep making stuff that you enjoy, really my best advice and what I found works is to change something. So yeah, I do a variety of different things for a reason. Not only do I have the clothing line and the Twitch streams and all these other things, it's being able to hop between them that really just keeps it fresh. If I was stuck doing just one thing for 40 hours a week, 3 weeks a month for forever, I'm pretty sure I would just I would get burnt out. Now, not to say that never happens, and sometimes switching between too many projects can really become overwhelming. But if you're finding yourself getting frustrated with a project, and it's just finding the creative inspiration to actually keep working on it, switch to something else. Doesn't even have to be for a long period of time. Switch to something else for like an hour or two. It's okay to switch and work on something else, or even just take a break. Sometimes watching a movie, playing a game, doing something that's not the same thing as what you're trying to beat your head against the wall trying to figure out is sometimes a a great way to finally figure that out. Question number two. You like music? I mean, obviously, yeah. Have you made any music? Kind of, I guess. I played instruments growing up. I actually learned violin from 4th grade until my junior year of high school, I think. Something like that. So, good period of time. I also did drums, both percussion in school band and also drum set for, I think, 7 years, something like that. And I tried to teach myself guitar, and unfortunately that didn't get super far, but yeah, I've always been interested in music, not only just listening to it but also playing it. Never written any songs though, never gotten to that point, but yeah. Question number 3. What led you to develop your graphic design skills? Yeah, so this is actually an interesting story. So I grew up knowing that I wanted to be an artist. For a long time I thought I wanted to be a comic book artist. But when I was in high school, I actually had a art teacher who was going to school for graphic design, going back to school for graphic design. And I was lucky enough that he let me use his Adobe creative programs like Illustrator and Photoshop and all that stuff. And I kind of learned alongside him. And that was my first experience using those programs. I got to create illustrations using them. And before that, I'd just been pure, pencil and paper. I didn't really like to paint all that much. Markers and stuff were fine, but yeah, it was basically always just hand-drawn illustration, and then I got introduced to the design programs, and I even got to work on like logo projects and stuff like that. And luckily enough, that was in high school, so I actually got to pick a good design school because I was very, very interested in it at that point. I ended up going to Montana State, which actually has a great design program. And yeah, I was just lucky that I had a teacher that was not only being exposed to these programs and these same things I basically doing 3 years later, but that he also was generous enough to share that information and those programs with me. Question number 4. You live in the Pacific Northwest. Any brushes with Sasquatch? None that I'm allowed to discuss. Question number 5. If you had to pick Game Boy or GameCube, / what is your favorite system? Oh, well, that's easy. My favorite system is GameCube. Alright guys, that'll do it, I think. Thank you to everyone who sent in questions. If you want to send in questions for next month, make sure to check out the Discord, link is below. You do have to be a Twitch sub to ask questions, but link to my Twitch stream also is down below. I stream 3 to 4 days a week. We do a variety of things. Right now I'm playing through a lot of Mordhau, but also doing my regular retro and record Wednesday streams too. So guys, thank you for checking it out. Take care, have a great rest of your day, and I will see you next time.